Hello everyone and welcome home. I'm your friendly neighborhood hometown killer, and today we're going to be talking about Melvin's Macabre. And yes, this will complete the Melvin's Macabre trilogy, for as the time of recording, there has been no episode 4. But alas, if there is an episode 4, you better believe I'll talk about it. I'll cover the entire damn series as far as it goes because I love this shit. Now, killers and killettes, without further ado, I give you Melvin's Macabre, episode 3, Nostalgia. This episode starts hot and heavy, with Melvin realizing his trusty pet hermit crab Captain Claus has sadly passed away. After packing him in a farewell box, Melvin heads out for a funeral, only to be walked past by a man carrying a ton of Amazon boxes. After dropping one, the man asks Melvin for help grabbing the package. Melvin sees what I can only assume is a sex toy as the man introduces himself as Jeremiah. He invites Melvin to his place, in which he finds out is decorated heavily in action figures, statues, posters, and just so many pop culture references that even I can't point them all out. A nerd's fucking paradise. It is here we are introduced to the roommates. Collector Kyle, who loves anime girls. Retro Ron, who is obsessed with creatures like Pokemon. And last but not least, we have Griffin Resale, who is obsessed with superhero memorabilia, who started collecting when his dad died. The mere mention of death is enough to send Melvin into thought of his dead friend and pet. Jeremiah notices this and moves on Melvin like a shark with a bloodlust. Melvin confides in the group about his loss as they realize that he's become clay, ready to be molded into one of them. With a toss of the burial box into the trash, Jeremiah manages to convince Melvin to go scavenging with them in order to fall into the clutches of collecting. Melvin agrees, as he feels some time out of the house will be good for him. With Jeremiah and Retro Ron discuss the possibility of Melvin becoming the 5th member of their game night, aka a surprise mousecatool that'll help us later. They head off to a garage sale where Retro Ron finds a vintage Pokemon lunchbox and fiends all over it like a goddamn ghoul. Meanwhile, Melvin begins to dig through the belongings in hopes of something that'll lift his spirits. And he does! He finds a little blue car, the same kind he had as a kid, and we're treated to some more of that fucking diddly Melvin lore via a flashback. Then, we snap back to reality as Jeremiah asks Melvin if he feels that special feeling of his pain and anxiety melting away, to which he responds yes, but only if it were that easy. When Melvin steps up to pay for the car, he finds out it belonged to the elderly couple's son. That's right, past tense, because their son died in the Iraq War. And once again, the mere mention of death sends Melvin into a spiral as he hallucinates the son being killed by a ghost of Captain Claus. Seeing this, Jeremiah is quick to act in order to keep Melvin's dark thoughts at bay, telling him the dead soldier's memories are dead with this transaction, that only Melvin's memories exist with it now. This forces the dreaded Vision to retreat as Melvin takes the car. As the guys cheer him on, they decide to take him to the next level, GameStop. A game shop like GameStop. Here, they push Melvin to open up and explore, hoping for him to find something to fuel that newfound addiction. As he walks the aisles, he is greeted once again by the haunting visions of Captain Claus, who this time chases him through the shop. After being knocked into a shelf by the crab, Melvin finds out that video games around him propel the dark thoughts as they cause Captain Claus to retreat. Melvin races to the counter in anger mode and demands to purchase all of the games for just $20. As the clerk tries to interrupt, Melvin cuts him off, stating he's going to give him the friend's discount, to which the scared clerk agrees, the roommates in the background nodding in approval. This is where they attempt to bring up game night, but Melvin is too thirsty for the soothing beverage that is collecting. He wants more before he's satisfied, and Jeremiah is too happy to oblige. They take this man to a fucking convention, where he just goes ballistic. He buys anything he can to dampen and stuff the pain deeper inside him. After finally falling into full embrace, the roommates enter the apartment with Melvin, who now talks just as snobby as they do. This is where Jeremiah makes his snake-ass move. He invites Melvin to game night, to which he agrees, assuming it's just a regular game night, but one look into the game room will show you that it is anything but. These motherfuckers have some Rick and Morty level bullshit going on in this room, and it's not just for gaming, oh no. This is where this little fucking cult plans on killing themselves. Yeah, you fucking heard me. They want to fucking kill themselves and upload their consciousness into a nostalgia server. What in the unholy Charles Manson shit is this? That tech doesn't even exist, let alone using it. You know what? It's an animated YouTube short. Whatever Papa Meat wants to exist can exist. Anyway, once logged in, they all see the biggest negative in their lives, and they must push a button that will stick a rotating claws into their skulls to, quote-unquote, kill the negative thoughts. The machine requires all 5 of them to do it, with the 4 roommates already engaged. Melvin has second thoughts, but instead of pain, Melvin is reminded of all the love he shared with Captain Claus. He realizes that even in death, there is love, because you only feel that pain when you've had the privilege to hold something so near and dear in the first place. This causes Melvin to say fuck it and not push that button. This pisses Jeremiah off as he begins to yell at Melvin like the narcissist he is. This causes Melvin to get out of the chair and run away, telling everyone how delusional they are and how all they are doing is numbing all of their feelings until they can't feel anything at all, and that he feels sorry for them. This causes them to come for him as he accidentally unplugs the server and fries their fucking brains. He grabs the burial box, and the next scene shows us Melvin feeding the neglected goldfish previously owned by the roommates, panning down to show us that Captain Claus' shell is now a beautiful home for the fish, giving us a glimpse of life out of death, and that we should remember to hold those moments precious with us instead of drowning them in hobbies or work, because all life is precious, and in death, we honor that, and we honor it for those that can no longer. Man, what an episode, and what a conclusion to our first trilogy. Again, there have only been 3 episodes released at the time of recording, and I really hope that we get a new one soon. I love Melvin and his wacky little adventures, and I hope you guys have come to love him too. Just like before, I'll be sure to link in the bio so you guys can check out the video and give Papa Meat some love. Everyone deserves a chance after all. Anyway, that's it for today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please slash that like button, leave a sub, and comment with your favorite Melvin episode. I'd love to hear about it, and I'd also like to take another moment to say thank you guys so much for the continued support and love. I'm absolutely thrilled that I've been able to keep up consistent pace and talk about the things that I love and share them with you. You guys are my favorite. Thank you. And as always, I am your friendly neighborhood hometown killer, and I will see you soon. Alright. Have you ever heard of this one? Roses are red. My personal trainer taught me how to do a burpee.
No way, buddy. No fucking way. You cannot use the double gulp cup for the fucking Slurpee.